natural things around you. And one of the things I love about the equipment that I use is the fact that the light meter in my Nikon is so accurate. I had the privilege of photographing one of my dearest friends, Dennis Reggie, working and photographing his wedding. And notice, this is during the ceremony. It's a highly backlit situation. And one of the things I really appreciate about the equipment that I'm using is I have complete confidence that the equipment is going to be able to, that I'm going to get an accurate reading on the subject that's in the foreground along with what's going on in the background. So I had beautiful highlights and shadows in my foreground and a beautifully exposed picture from the background as well. So talking about backlight, let's see how we can handle that in a couple of different ways. So in this particular instance, if I have wherever my bride is getting ready, the first thing I do when I walk through their home is I try to walk through their home and find out, okay, what is it about this environment that's special and unique? Now in this case, I saw this beautiful staircase and I said to myself, okay, I know I want to use that staircase, but I've got to find a way. I want to make sure that when she walks down that staircase to go out that door to get married, that I've got my bases covered. So what do? First thing I do is I call my assistant and say, hey Mike, can I have you walk down the stairs? I want to see what the light looks like on you at the bottom of the stairs. Once he goes down the bottom of the stairs, I take a light meter reading, and an exposure reading rather, and then I will do I'll get a focus. Now, when that subject walks down that aisle right there, I don't even need to look through the camera. I turn off the autofocus. I make sure that I have the framing because I want that front banister to wrap around so you can see it. And then, as soon as she gets to the bottom, bang, I can get my shot in one shot because I set up the concept in my mind ahead of time. Now you can also do it with autofocus if you like. For me, sometimes I prefer to photograph, I want to be able to get it in one shot. Why? Because it means if I can get it right, I think it's important to be a good technician. And so I really try not to be one of those photographers that has their finger on the trigger and is just spraying the room and like you pray and spray that you get something good. I don't want to be like that. I want to know exactly what I'm going to get and get predictable results. So by taking a few moments beforehand while she's getting ready, I can go ahead and lay the foundation so that I have my beautiful image ahead of time. Makes sense, huh? So it's a really good thing to do. The higher ISOs on the cameras these days are so phenomenal. I'm very comfortable. This was shot at ISO 400, but many times I like photographing at a higher ISO. Sometimes, 5,000 or even higher. Some people say, oh, but that's grainy. Well, as you can see from my images, I like grainy. I actually will quite often put a little bit of grain in my pictures because I like the texture. I like that little bit of tooth, as you will, that it adds. So it really is a fun thing to be able to do. In that backlit sort of situation, one of the other things comes up, well, how can I want a meter on the background. So in this case, I wanted the bride to go a bit more of a silhouette. What I want you to pay attention to is the way that I posed her. Notice how her tummy is a little bit pressed forward. It's a little pressed forward. I need a volunteer for this, and I think I need it to be a guy. Come here, Carrie. Okay, Carrie, come on up here. Okay, so Carrie, I'm going to have you turn your feet towards me this way. About half of that, right about here. Are you a professional model? Okay, do you know English? Good, so he's Australian, so his English is not all that good. Very good. Okay, so Carrie, what I want you to do is, I'm going to have you bring this foot forward to me a little bit. Good job. Again, did you notice how I gave him a point of reference? The next thing I want you to do is just to press your tummy towards me a little bit. Yeah, you tried to suck it in that time, pal, but I know if I hadn't told him, he was in my program earlier today, so give your reviews. But guys, seriously, every time I ask a man to push your tummy forward, this is what they do. They go, and they poke out their gut. Ladies with Dakota womanhood, we suck in first. But notice what happens when he presses his tummy forward. You see how it makes the shoulders go back a little bit? That's kind of what we're looking for. Actually, I'm going to have you stay right here. Can you back up just a little bit, Carrie? Hey, Carrie, do you mind if I pose him with this amazing beauty? You owe me for this, Carrie. Come here, precious. Okay, so I want to try to do a couple of couple shots. And are you comfortable with that, Carrie? Okay, great. So I'm you come in, Kimberly, a little closer to him that way. Kimberly, bring this foot towards me and bend that knee for me. Beautiful. You're going to really push that hip. And now I want you to press your tummy a little bit towards him. Beautiful. See how that kind of rolls her shoulders back slightly? It really works out great. Now, just to create a bit more attitude in this, I'm going to have her take this hand, roll your shoulders this way towards me, this way. And then you're almost going to push in on him with your chest a little bit, just a tiny bit, and relax your shoulder down. Now, most of the time, you'll find that your subjects, if you tell them to roll their shoulder, they roll it up. We don't want the shoulder up, we want it down and forward. Does that make sense? Okay, so, and this is really important. Notice where his hands are. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It drives me crazy when I see photographers like this, and the guy's hand is at his side with the woman he loves. I mean, what man does that? So I want his hands around her waist or on her hip. I want them to be nice. I want there to be an emotional connection between the two of them. So then the next thing I might do is, oh, you know what, Kimberly, can I have you take this hand over here on this side? You notice I never use left or right. I just say this or that. Put it over his arm, and I want you to put it right in his hairline back here. Beautiful. And then with your cheek right there. Oh, love it. Ooh, baby, she's looking good. Okay, now both of you, just on a count of 3, I want you to lean towards me this way just a tiny bit. Beautiful, very nice. Okay, now let's try something different. Okay, relax. You're going to stay right where you're at. Carrie, let's see, I want you to turn around and face me this way. Let's see your best side. Okay, and you're going to turn, I want to see your booty. Okay, now Carrie, this is what I want you to do. See how I can rock back? Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Come over towards your girl here. Beautiful. So you're going to rock over on this leg right here. Beautiful. Good job. You'll notice with that he doesn't bend the knee. I don't have him do that. That's a girl thing to do. But I want to keep his strength. So I'm going to have him lean this way or this way. And it just gives him kind of a cool vibe. Are you with me? Okay, now let's try this. Now, I'm going to have you, darling. You're going to turn towards me. Put your arm through his arm right here. Beautiful. Bring it up like this. Beautiful. And I want you to turn your hips towards him a little bit more. I need to have there be a more connection in this part of her body. Beautiful. Very, very nice. This hand right here, just bring it right up here. Beautiful. And I want you to just drop your chin, like right in here. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, there you go. Chin forward a little bit. Oh, Dolly, that's it. Very pretty. So we can do something like that. Okay, relax for a second. Hang on, stay right there. Now, turn and bring your face like towards his face here. Carrie, you keep your face turned that way. I don't want you breathing under her. And Kimberly, right here, and I just want you to drop your head right here. Beautiful. So my camera angle might be, right here would be amazing. It would be really pretty. Higher camera angle. Thank you two kids very much. Can we have a hand for them? So the moral of the story is I want a quick connection between my subjects. I retouch all my pictures before a client ever sees a single one. I'm not telling you that I retouch every single image, but here's what I do. I make sure that I retouch the ones that are the bride and her mother, her and her mother and daddy, and the groom's family, his mom and dad. I want to make sure that those people look their best. I'm not trying to make them look like they're 25. I just want them to look like the best 50 or 60 or 70-year-old that they are. And you never get a second chance to make a first impression, so I want it to be the best. And I know that if I don't retouch those images and make mom look a little rested, here's what's going to happen. She's going to look at those photographs and she's going to stick them in a drawer. And guess what? She's not going to show them to her friends. And every bride's mother, she's the second most important person at that wedding, knows other mothers of the bride. So if I retouch her ahead of time, guess what? She's going to want to show them to every family friend. It's a little bit more work, but I really believe it pays in spades to me, because then they want to show them to all their friends, and I'm able to create some things that are just amazing. When I'm photographing at the church, I make sure that I scope out where the lighting is. If I need to use strobes, I will. But when I went to this particular church, and this is straight out of the camera, so it's one of the things I love. Look at how the beautiful color temperature in this image. And you can tell I didn't retouch it because she still got that vein in the middle of her forehead. But absolutely right out of the camera. And the expression on her face is amazing. And how did I capture it? In this case, there was a side door, and I knew that they were going to leave it open during the ceremony, so as she walked down the aisle, I just made sure that my assistant stood in that spot before she went down the aisle so I could make sure that the lighting was perfect. Then I knew where she was going to go, the perfect decisive moment when she passed, and I got my shot. So it makes it a lot more believable, and I just love the expressions on those people's faces. I also kids in my studio, and there's nothing to me more fun than little kids playing and throwing their tools up in the air. And last but not least, little faces. Simple window light. I always ask the kids, I go, hey, can you tell me how old are you? In this case, she's 2. But look at the way the light has that beautiful dimensionality. So great storytelling is required. You don't need a lot of tools, but you do need to have a great camera and a great lens. I thank you guys so much for having me today. Thank you so much, Uncle Mike. And thank you so much, Nikon, for allowing me to be on stage. And my beautiful model, Kimberly. Let's give her a huge hand, okay, guys? Thank you so much.